What is good, everyone? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and in today's video I'll be doing my early AFL ladder predictions all in one video. I won't be doing two parts. This will all just be in one video. So yeah, if you do go ahead and like this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more AFL content coming out as well. So without any further ado, let's just get straight into it. Now in the 18th spot, I reckon a lot of you will put this team here as well, is the West Coast Eagles. Now they have got Harley Reid now, who is a potential superstar in the AFL. However, the way they've been playing, just really poor footy. I don't see them bumping up. I see them getting a few more wins and all that, but I don't see them bumping up. I reckon they'll stay 18th. Now in 17th, I have North Melbourne Kangaroos. I feel like it needs to be another year before I can bump them up a bit higher. I feel like this will be like one of their last years. They'll sit near the bottom two, and then if they get more future star players, I reckon they could bump up higher in the ladder. But for now, I feel like they can get a few more wins, but I don't see them going higher than 17th. Now, in 16th spot, I wouldn't think I'll have to put this team here, but I have the Richmond Tigers. Now, they're sort of a team that can make top 8 some years and then not make top 8. They're a really weird team, and it's sort of hard with them where to put them on the ladder. But I think 16th is a reasonable spot for them, in my opinion. They have some good players, don't get me wrong, and I can see them win some good games, but I just feel like this isn't going to be the year for them to play finals. I feel like, especially after losing Trent Cotchin and Jack Riewoldt, who was one of their main goal scorers, and also losing one of their best coaches in their history. So I don't really see them going higher than 16th. In 15th spot, I have the Essendon Bombers. This is a team I usually put in 15th spot, I feel like. Same as Richmond though, I see them getting some good wins and all that, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like they could make top 8. Like, they had the potential to if they play really good footy, but I honestly don't see them making top 8. Who knows, they could be higher than 15th and all that, but for now, I'm sitting them as 15th. Now, in 15th spot, I have put a team that finished near the bottom 3, and that is the Hawthorn Hawks. I have bumped them up to 14th. I feel like after last year beating some good teams, especially Collingwood, no one thought they would do that. They had some pretty amazing wins last year. I feel like with the guns they have now, I feel like they can actually play some good footy, and Jack Gunton's back on the Hawks. I feel like they have the potential to bump up high on the ladder. I'm not sure if they can make top 8 yet, but I feel like 14th is a reasonable spot for Hawks. Now, in 13th spot, I don't think I've ever put this team outside the top 8 before, is the Geelong Cats though. I don't know what's happening with them. They're like a team, like I said, with Richmond, where they can make the top 8 some years and then just don't make the top 8. And it's really weird because for the past few years, that's all they've been doing is making top 8. But with the team they have now, yes, they have some young, talented players and all that, but their team's getting quite old, and I feel like they're just relying on the older people, which isn't always going to work. Some of the young guns need to step up a bit, and then they could go into the top 8 and play finals, but for now, I don't see them making finals this year. I feel like they'll finish 13th. Now, in 12th spot, I feel like this is sort of in the middle between finals and not finals. I have the Gold Coast Suns. The way they've been playing some awesome games and winning some good games, but then they've just been playing some pretty shocking games. Yeah, but they can honestly play finals for the first time this year, I reckon. However, in my opinion, I don't see them playing finals yet. I feel like we need to give them another year or two before they could play finals. So I feel like 12th is a reasonable spot for Gold Coast, and they usually finish around 12th each year and all that. Now, in 11th spot, I have this team here that a lot of you wouldn't put here. A lot of you put this team near the bottom, and that is the Fremantle Dockers. I know we've lost Lockie Schwartz, and he was like one of our key forwards and some other good players. However, though, I feel like this could be our revenge season. I'm not sure if we could play finals. We're like that team that can play finals some years, and then other years we just go really poor. Like 2022 was an amazing season, and 2023 was just a shocking year. However, we did get some good wins. So I feel like they'll be the same as this year. We'll have some pretty good wins, but I feel like we can bump up after losing one of our key forwards. I feel like we can get revenge, and some of the young forwards could step up and help us go higher on the ladder. And yeah. Now these next two teams that are sitting 10th and 9th were sort of hard to either sit them just outside the 8 or in the top 8. So at 10th I've got the Western Bulldogs. I was so blanking where to put them. Either they can, because they can play finals, and then like they cannot play finals footy, and like it's quite hard for Bulldogs. They're sort of in the middle there, so I feel like 10th is a reasonable spot. I feel like some games they're going to be able to play like finals footy, like a really good team, but then some games they're not. And then I feel like near the end of the year they're just going to slip out a bit and finish 10th. So I think 10th's a reasonable spot for. And in 9th spot, one away before we hit the top 8, is the St Kilda Saints. Yes, I know they did play finals in 2023. However, though, I feel like they can still be a good team. Don't get me wrong. However, I feel like they're just going to be either down by this next team that's sitting 8, and they'll be only one win away from making top 8, or by percentage-wise. I feel like they can have an amazing season again, but it's just going to be that one game they miss out on finals or that percentage. Now we have the moment you guys have all been waiting for, the top 8. In 8th spot, I have the Sydney Swans. A lot of you probably think, oh, why didn't you put Saints and Dogs in the top 8 instead of Sydney? Yes, I know. However, I feel like Sydney is going to be that team that will get that extra win or that extra percentage just to slip in the top 8 and make the Saints slip out. Like I did say, the Saints would just slip out by percentage or that extra win away and all that. But Swans, they have a good mid and their forwards are alright. I don't know too much about their back. However, they're not actually a bad team. And with Adams and Grundy going there, I feel like that could help them a bit more. I know they're getting a bit old, but I still feel like that could help them be a bit better for a few more seasons. So I feel like they're just going to be finishing top 8. Now, at 7th spot, this team did finish in the top 4 in 2023. I have the Port Adelaide Power. I have put them down a bit lower than what they did finish. However, don't get me wrong, the 2023 season was amazing. However, near the end, they were starting to drop off a bit, and the fact they got out straight sets in 2023 in finals, I feel like they're going to be finishing a bit lower. I feel like they can still have a good season and get some awesome wins and some close, tight wins like they did, such as when they bet Essendon after the siren, which was a pretty good game. I feel like they can still get that happening and all that, but I feel like they're going to be finishing 7th or around that, and I think that's a reasonable spot. Now, in 6th spot, I have a team that just missed out on finals in 2023, and that is the Adelaide Crows. After last season was a pretty good season, and they just missed finals pretty much due to the robbery over Sydney Swans. Pretty sad. I feel like this could be their revenge season where they can bump into finals, and 6 is a reasonable spot for them. The way they play Adelaide Oval 2 is outstanding. If they keep that up, that would definitely help them get higher on the ladder. The only thing they really need to work on is playing a bit better at other venues when they're not at home. And if they can win at other venues, then that would definitely help them bump into the top 8 and play finals. Now, in 5th spot, I have a team that was pretty much been in the top 4 for a few years now. I have the Melbourne Demons. After 2 years in a row getting out in the finals in straight sets, I feel like they won't be finishing top 4 again. I feel like they still have the potential to play finals and they can still be that good team. However, though, I feel like 5th is going to be a reasonable spot after 2 years, like I said, getting out in straight sets. 5th is going to be a good spot for them. And, yeah. Now we hit the top 4. Some exciting teams coming out now. At 4th spot, I have the Carlton Blues. After 2022, they just missed out in finals due to 1 point. And in 2023, the start of the season wasn't that good. And then they turned the season around and making finals. And their first 2 finals games was pretty good. And unfortunately, they did lose to the Brisbane Lions in a game 1 away from the grand final. However, after that season, I feel like this season is just going to be even more better. If they continue playing really well, they can definitely play in the grand final for this year. Now, next up, I have the GWS Giants in 3rd spot. They only just missed out in the grand final in 2023 by 1 point to the Pies. It seems like a pattern for the Pies. They seem to be beating the teams by 1 point. That's going to be a pretty important game the next game. Such as like they bet the Giants by 1 point in the next game is the grand final. They bet the Blues by 1 point in the next game was the finals. Seems to be a pattern. Anyway, Giants in 3rd spot. I feel like they can bump up a bit higher on the ladder considering in 2023, I think they finished around 6 or something like that. I can't quite remember, but I'm pretty sure that's where they finished. And they were one away from the grand final. And the way they did play in finals, I can see them finishing high, and they can possibly be one away from the grand final, if not making the grand final, if they play really good footy. Now, obviously, first and second are the two grand final teams left. In second spot are the Brisbane Lions. The season was amazing, I have to say, and they're making finals, only going down to the Pies by 4 points. So I feel like this season, a lot of teams usually when they lose the grand final don't make the finals next year. However, that usually seems to happen when it's a flogging in the grand final, and the Lions only lost by 4 points. And with the team they have, Lions can definitely play finals again in 2024. And I feel like second's going to be a good spot. I feel like they're still going to be a good team for the next few years and still play finals. So, surprise, surprise, the last team left is the Collingwood Magpies. After having an amazing season in 2023, plus winning the grand final, it was really one of their best seasons. No one expected that to really happen, especially in 2021 finishing 17th, 2022 playing one away from the grand final, and to 2023 winning the grand final. Their team's just been getting better and better, and I feel like 2024 is going to be the same. They're going to have an amazing season. They'll get some pretty good wins. They may lose a few more games than what they did in 2023. I don't really know about that yet. However, I feel like Collingwood can possibly win the grand final again with the team they have. Well, that is my early AFL ladder predictions for 2024. If you did go ahead and enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as we'll be posting more AFL content in the future. And also comment down below where you have all the teams sitting. If not, just put your top 8 down in the comments, and I wouldn't mind seeing where everyone else put them. But yeah, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.